Yo, what's up? It's your man Kanji once again with another update on World Collectible Figures for One Piece. Now, I did promise a video a little while ago and it's been a little while, and I will tell you why in a second why the video has been taking some time, but I am pleased to announce, as you will notice, that the World Collectible Figures for Marineford have now gone from this holding box, and it leaves a lovely, nice, blank, empty space there for more Whole Cake Island and Mugiwara 56 figures. But on this side, we have Marineford box number 4. So if I step back a little bit now, you can see I finally have 4 acrylic display cases. So that's basically 800mm by 400. So that's quite an epic display. So let me take you through, obviously, everybody that's here. Most of them I've already kind of gone through in some of my previous videos. But yeah, first of all, as you saw boxed, the volume 14 Marineford from 2011. An absolutely epic collection. So I have to admit, I was unsure as to whether I wanted these to start with. That's the Kizaru, Akainu, and Aokiji. Primarily because they're a little bit older, and I wasn't sure whether the quality was really going to be up to par with some of the later releases. And the first thing I have to say I did notice is that compared to the Marineford Volume 2 versions, they are actually quite small. So by having them a little bit set back on a different rung, basically, of the steps, you don't really notice it. But yeah, if I were to put them side by side, you would find, like, the heads are all a bit, of a different size. So, but they're still nice figures. I'm glad I got them. Moving on, obviously, my dream right from the get-go was Marineford Volume 1, Luffy, and the Mega Whitebeard. And that, particular image is taken straight from the panel of one of the Marineford manga chapters where, Luffy basically just tells Whitebeard not to get in his way and that he's going to be the one to save his brother. And, obviously, Whitebeard is pretty impressed with Luffy's tenacity. And it's quite great that they have that little relationship, before Whitebeard's untimely death. So that is an epic moment, and I'm really pleased that I've got that little set up there at the top of the box. Squardo, of course, we all know him from being tricked by Sengoku and Akainu, thinking that obviously Whitebeard was there to sell out his family in order to rescue Ace. So he stabs Whitebeard in the chest, and then obviously discovers that he's been duped by the Marines. So pretty awesome there again to have him standing alongside Whitebeard as if they were there on the Moby Dick itself. Yeah, love that. And then on this side, I've got a bit of a mixed bag here. So you've got the Ace being taken out on the execution platform from that 2011 set, volume 14. You've got the history of Shirohige, aka Whitebeard, performing his Gura Gura no Mi there, which looks awesome. And then, of course, you've got Jimbei, the Fishman, who looks pretty awesome. And as I said, this is the Ichiban Kushi version. So unfortunately, I don't have a black stand to put him on. Sorry, I didn't want to put him on the black stand that he came with. So I got a blue stand, and you can see there's a little bit of blue tap basically holding him upright. A little bit unsightly, but at least it makes him look a little bit better than being on the black base. In hindsight, I probably would have got the Volume 4 version, but it was the only one I could find. So and I had to have Jimbo, of course, because he's so important. The Whitebeard Pirate's looking pretty awesome there. So I mistakenly called Jozu Jose, I think, in my last video. But yeah, of course, that is Jozu with his ice power. His Diamond Jozu. So yeah, he looks pretty awesome. It would be cool if they kind of gave him the diamond effect, but we've never had a WCF diamond style Jozu. Maybe that'll be something that comes later as like a kind of, I don't know, a devil fruit set or something like that. Marco, who, yeah, there's a few different Marcos, and I'll get onto that obviously in a bit. And Vista. And yeah, these are all from the Volume 32, 33 sets, which I think are better interpretations of the figures. They're quite large as well, which I quite like. But yeah, certainly the detail and the finish on them is a lot cleaner, I think, than the ones on Volume 17, from what I've seen anyway. So then in the middle here, we've got a bit of a mixture. So we've got obviously Doflamingo there from the Ichiban Kuji set, again on a blue base. No choice in the matter really on this one. If you want to get an accurate colouring version, you have to go for Ichiban Kuji. The original version is painted basically in the anime colours from his early appearance, and that was basically retconned later on once it was discovered that that wasn't the colouring that Oda intended Doflamingo to have. Then, of course, we have Little Oars Jr., who I have to say is probably my favourite figure from Volume 14. He just looks awesome there, and I don't know if you can see it. I have no idea whether you can see that, but he does have his little his hat there, and the cool thing about that, of course, is that we're just getting into, there we go, the Wano arc now, and we're learning a little bit about these kind of wicker hats, and yeah, I won't put any spoiler in this video, but if you're reading the manga, then obviously a little bit more about Ace and all that. So that's pretty great, and that's one of my favourite figures. Of course, you've got Ace there crying, which is pretty apt, obviously, because he was sad that Oars was trying to rescue him, and that's what I really love about these sets. That is Little Oars Jr. from Volume 14 back in 2011, and that is Ace from from Marineford Volume 2, I think it was, in like 2015 or 16. So there's like 5 years between these releases, but you put them side by side and they just look amazing together. So yeah, what can I say? I mean, there you go. You've got all of the Marines admirals, which I spoke about before, all doing their powers. So yeah, I really like these guys. Yeah, they flow together quite nicely, which is pretty sweet. Moving down here, of course, we have the beautiful Boa Hancock and Salom. I really like this figure. Of course, it's 2 in 1. They kind of fit together. And obviously I've put her here with Santa Maru and the Pacifista because, for those who have watched the anime or read the manga, Boa Hancock really deals some damage to the Pacifistas that are going after Luffy during Marineford, and kind of shows her true colours as being an ally to the Straw Hats as opposed to an ally of the world government. So then I take you on to Sengoku, and again I find it's awesome here that I've got this original Sengoku from 5 years ago, or even longer ago now, like 7 or 8 years ago, and the Golden Buddha Sengoku from his transformation, and just having the two of them kind of side by side, I just like that kind of transition. And then I've got little Kobe there, who we all know, wants to be a strong Navy Marine, and we shall see whether he ever reaches his wish of being able to fight Luffy on the same level. Well, we shall see. So here I've kind of got a bit of a mixture of Devil Fruit users, and it's kind of like the 2 Lodgers and a Zoan, but they all have this kind of effect, this power. So obviously Ace flaming on after he gets rescued, Smoker with his sand powers, Sable or whatever he calls that attack, and then Phoenix Marco. So pretty sweet. And then of course, just to finish off, I unboxed a few extras that I got. So There is, with a rather limp-looking sword, Redhead Shanks, who we know kind of appears at the end of the war, and that is the Shanks from volume 17. Probably not the best Shanks you can get. There are better Shankses, I would say. Probably the Supremacy version of Shanks is quite a nice option, but I decided to get this because it would kind of go with the rest of the volume 17 crew. Garp. So again, only like 2 kind of current day Garps in the whole of World Collectible Figures. One in, I think, volume 4, or it might even be volume 1, I don't know, very early volume, which has them kind of smiling, and that goes for like 4,000 yen, something crazy like that. And then, of course, you've got this kind of more serious-looking Garp, which is taken from the Film Z set. So again, I found a blue display so I could kind of set him up and make him look like he was like the Marineford Garp. And I think the sad face kind of fits Marineford a lot better. Suru, Vice Admiral, fits quite well, I think, there with Garp, and then, of course, Sengoku in the back. It's quite a nice kind of touch. Those 3, thick as thieves. And, of course, Marshall D. Teach, aka Blackbeard, who has arrived and is looking pretty awesome. And I think everyone will agree, like, the disappointing factor is that there's just not enough Blackbeard pirates. So yeah, the reason why this video has taken so long is because there was one other figure which I was waiting to arrive so I could kind of finish the display. And that was the red-haired pirate Yasop. And unfortunately, kind of discovered this week that it has gone missing in the post. And in my whole sort of 10 to 20 year career of buying figures, I have never had an item go missing in the post. So I am pretty disappointed. Luckily, it was from eBay, so I was able to get a refund. But that, again, leaves me without Yasop, and now I'm trying to find him. I don't want to pay crazy money. I've seen him go for like, 3,000 yen here and there, but I'm not going to pay that much. So I'm just kind of waiting to see whether I'm lucky enough to spot him somewhere else. The annoying thing is that in the time I've been waiting for this one to arrive, a couple have popped up on Mandrake and Jungle, and I haven't managed to get them. So that is kind of been the delay. I was really hoping that would be here so I could, kind of finish this off. You'll also notice I've got a few Marines there waiting to go in, and I've got 3 more Marines on their way. That is Hina, Django, and Full Body, so they should be down in a couple of weeks, and then we can be looking at perhaps putting them all in. And of course, I finally managed to get my hands on the last few Shichibukai. So that will be the Volume 4, Mihawk, Kuma, and Gecko Maria, which would be really good because obviously I don't have any of those characters. I mean, I've kind of got a Kuma in terms of the Pacifista, but having a Mihawk and Gecko Maria in this display case kind of seems necessary because they are so important during Marineford. So yeah, finally, the only other item which is on its way for this case will be the conference table and WCF party. So wait for that review. When that comes down, I will do a special video just kind of reviewing each of those. But yeah, otherwise, that's it for today. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.